Welcome to this deep dive into the research behind The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko. The mission today is pretty straightforward. We are going to completely shatter everything you thought you knew about wealth in America.
We really are.
To kick things off, I want you to try something. Just close your eyes for a second and picture a millionaire. What do you see? Are you envisioning a gleaming red Ferrari parked in a sweeping driveway?
Right. Or a sprawling penthouse overlooking the city, maybe designer clothes and a safe full of expensive watches.
Exactly.
It is entirely natural to conjure up those specific images. I mean, considering that is the exact version of wealth we are constantly sold by the media. But when you dive into the actual hard research data from this massive study, it destroys that stereotype right out of the gate.
Totally destroys it.
The typical American millionaire does not live like a movie star. They actually drive a used car. They live in a perfectly modest house in an ordinary middle-class neighborhood.
And haven't they usually been living in that exact same house for, like, a really long time?
Yeah, often for over 20 years. They shop at regular grocery stores, buy off-the-rack clothing, and wear a completely inexpensive watch.
Okay, let's unpack this, because if the data says actual millionaires look like regular people, that means the people flashing those luxury items are often what the researchers brilliantly call big hat.
No cattle.
Right. It's a performance, all show, no actual substance. We spend so much time admiring people who are merely good at looking rich rather than people who are actually wealthy. But wait, if someone is driving a $100,000 car and wearing designer suits, they obviously have massive money coming in. How can they not be wealthy?
Well, that is the crucial distinction between income and wealth. And what's fascinating here is how the researchers categorized the people in the study based on that exact behavior. They divided them into two distinct financial profiles. You have the UAW and the PAW.
So that stands for the underaccumulator of wealth and the prodigious accumulator of wealth, right? Let's make this comparison really clear for everyone listening.
Absolutely. So first, the UAW. These are the folks with a high income but a surprisingly low net worth. Think of a highly specialized doctor making $300,000 a year.
That's a lot of money coming in.
It is incredible cash flow, but they spend almost all of it maintaining a very specific high-end image. You know, the $2 million mortgage, the leased BMW, the lavish seasonal vacations. At the end of the year, they have practically nothing saved or invested.
But hold on, surely that doctor making 300 grand still has a massive head start over someone bringing in a fraction of that. How do they end up with a lower net worth than someone working a standard middle-class job?
You would certainly think so, but the doctor often falls into a behavioral trap. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have the PAW. This category represents a modest income, but a high net worth.
The actual millionaire next door.
Exactly. Picture someone making $80,000 a year who simply lives below their means. They drive a reliable 5-year-old Toyota, stay in a normal house, and quietly invest the difference. They're the ones building a $2 million fortune over a 30-year career.
Here's where it gets really interesting. It feels like a total paradox. As soon as those high earners get a raise, they just buy a nicer car or a bigger house to match it. The gap between what they earn and what they actually keep never widens.
That is the phenomenon the researchers identify as lifestyle inflation. They get on a financial treadmill that just keeps speeding up. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the true wealth builders in this study operate with a fundamentally different psychological framework.
They don't care about looking rich.
Not at all. They completely ignore their salary or their job title because they view those merely as tools to generate capital. Instead, they obsess over the real scoreboard of financial independence. Money isn't a status symbol to be displayed, it is a resource to be deployed.
So what does this all mean for you, listening to this right now? If you want to step off that treadmill and shift from performing wealth to actually building it, where do you start?
It starts by rigorously auditing your behavior using the net worth formula. We all know the basic math. It is strictly what you own minus what you owe.
Assets minus liabilities.
Right. But the actionable takeaway today isn't just about doing elementary subtraction. It is about making that final number your new internal obsession instead of focusing on your gross income. You need to calculate your exact net worth today and confront it honestly. Are you deploying capital or are you displaying it?
Because every single dollar you spend trying to look rich is a dollar you are robbing from your own financial independence.
That is exactly it. And this raises an important question. If the millionaires next door from this original study built their wealth quietly and consistently decades ago, long before smartphones even existed, how much harder is it to resist becoming a UAW today?
Oh, it's so much harder now.
You are constantly bombarded with the intense pressure to perform wealth, flashing on the social media algorithms right in your pocket. Are you controlling your money? Or is the algorithm controlling your ego?